looping there's the loop there seemed a bit off, but anyway. Hello everyone, good morning. This is Sarah Fallon playing Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer. The goal is Pedestal, which means randomizer. We shuffle all the items around, we shuffle the crystals and pendants around. To win, I need to beat the 3 dungeons that have pendants, take them to the Master Sword pedestal, and that's the win. But the items needed to clear those dungeons could be in any of the other dungeons or anywhere else, so who knows how much we'll actually end up beating. The beatable part of it means that if an item is not required to beat the game, it's not guaranteed to be accessible. Last time I did a beatable goal about a month ago, it didn't really make any difference. We'll see if that changes this time. I forgot to turn off the palette shuffle, so palettes are shuffled. And we are playing with the Bravely default MSU. So let's be Tiz. Except it looks like we're Saria? Close enough. Right, we're at open state. So that means we start as though we'd done the whole escape sequence with rescuing Zelda and that, and can start from either Link's house or the Sanctuary. Yes, and of course we have the overworld music for the overworld. Yeah, let's check what's on the Lumberjack Ledge. Do the tree pull while we're at it. Okay, tier 1 is Bluebees. I can get a little cash that way. This is just arrows. So not particularly useful, unless I get a bow and run low. That's a shield, so we don't care about that. Right, and the MSU has a resume function, so the music can keep playing where it left off, which is always nice. I wish that was more standard in more games. Ow. Right, that sets us up for another tree pull for another 20 rupees. There's a bottle. Early bottle is always nice, because that means you can check what's on the sick kid. You've got the mysterious sounding cave music in the forest. Actually, I think it's forest music, too. No, this is cave music. Or lesser dungeons. This might have been a cave, too. It's been a while since I played Briefly Default. Yeah, this is distinctive enough. Let's take out another guard, see if I can tell what they drop. I want some bombs. That's hard, so they might be in the pack that can have bombs, but it would take a few more kills to get one. That's the... Yeah, this is the grand ship, isn't it? The almost sinking country. I guess it sounds townish enough. There's some bombs. That's convenient. You always want bombs coming into Kakariko because there's at least 3 things you want to blow up and possibly 4. Depending if there's anything on the race game. Yeah, I've always thought that was awfully peaceful music for a country that's worried about sinking at any moment. I guess it's not that eminent, but... Yep, lamp. And we have enough money to pay off the bottle merchant. But not enough to buy more bombs. And do that. I guess I'll take the help. And I could use a bomb on the hut in the southwest corner of the village to get a few more bombs, but it doesn't feel like I need to. I mean, if worst comes to worst, I'll farm up some cash and buy some bombs. But it looks like we're not getting much out of here except the lamp. There's money for bombs. Actually, I should probably go ahead and get some, because I may need them to fight things. It's, why can't I remember the name of the town? It's the one in the northeast that's supposed to be about... Where am I going? Anyway. There's another bottle, which... I might pick it up if I'm in the area with boots later, but it's not important enough to worry about. Head over here. Yeah, I'll get that. $300 when you don't know if you need to buy anything from Zorov, it's worth it. But yeah, Bravely Default had those 4 main countries. There was the first one you go to, which is the... I can't remember what it's called either, but it's the sand and clocks place with the wind crystal. Then you go to the northeast to... I forget what it's called, but they have the... I think it was the fire crystal. Or, no, the water crystal. And everyone is very vain. Then there's the war-torn country, which is the fire crystal. And then you go to the Empire, which has... No. Empire has the water crystal. It's the second one that has the earth, isn't it? Or does the Empire have the earth? I guess it doesn't matter much. Point is, 4 main countries, and I can't remember what any of them are called. Yeah, we really haven't found any progression yet. Yeah, basically a lamp and that's it. Alright, let's head over towards the desert. See what's on the ledge, get the Ashen's Cave. And then South Shore, and if nothing comes up, Eastern. We've got purple sand. Alright, boomerang damages them, it doesn't stun them. There's a bow, so that could be important. Speaking of which... Nope, only crystals. Being handed by vultures. And just more bombs. Alright, to Mini Moldrum Cave, and oh, there's something there. It's 5 items, it feels like there should be. And if not, there's always Ice Rod Cave and Fake Flippers. Although there's only so much you can get without the Moon Pearl or actual flippers. Let's do this the easy way. Huh. Was the bead? Okay. They're just managing to dodge it somehow. Right. Grab the magic too, because I don't have any at the moment. Boots. Okay, that's nice to have. It'd be nicer if I also had a sword. But boots, very good. Yeah, let's go ahead to Ice Rod Cave and Water Walk to Waterfall. Watch out for the crabs. Crabs hurt. This is awfully bright. Of course, usually it's bright blue. Hookshot. Okay. That's not progression at the moment, but it could be important. I think I was close enough to the edge to do the water walk. Yes. The island has just bombs, so nothing important there. Thanks to the water walk, I can get these. And it's just money. But that's enough to pay off Sora. So that's one more check I can do while we're in the area. Okay, just bombs there, so I don't need to worry about that. Got hit, so there goes the water walk. Luckily, you don't need it here, it just makes it a little more convenient. And what do we have today? Just cash. Of course, this is out of logic. Let's do escape, actually. It's with the lamp. This is all in logic. Yes, full magic with... I guess that's tier 2. Because I've done a fair amount of killing stuff and did get hurt. Yeah, tier 1 is 1 to 3 kills, I think, since you've last pulled. Tier 2 is at least 4, but you got hurt, and tier 3 is at least 4 and you didn't get hurt. Okay, stun prize is magic. I think the guards are just in the hearts pack. Which they normally are. doing this with bombs is not ideal, but it works. Yeah, the warring country. I guess militaristic music works for castle music. Huh, I was expecting that to knock him downward. Yeah, you can tell I haven't practiced bomb strats. Yeah, come to think of it, there was an album that had voiced versions of all the music. Or all the country themes, anyway. Right, that will push it up. Okay. Get some bombs back. Yeah, if there's nothing here, the only thing still left in logic is Saha and Eastern. Oh, and Bonk Rocks. Can't forget this. I have forgotten this before. It got me stuck once before. Okay, nothing of use here. Let's take a Death Warp out. It's kind of impressive how bad those can be at hurting you when you're not trying to dodge them. Alright, if I don't get a key here, then I can't continue through. But I can at least get Dark Cross. Alright, Hookshot kills these. I forgot that. Yep, bombs. So I cannot continue onto the back, and I can't get to the back from the graveyard at the moment because no gloves. So, Eastern it is. Oh, and there's Spawn Crocs, but there's more stuff over here. Without a sword, you can't just dash through enemies. Turtle Rock. Of course. One of the longest and most difficult dungeons. Mushroom. That could be important. I guess I'll dip Eastern. Actually, no. Let's check Bonk Rocks and Mushroom first. So I know where to find a bow, which means I probably won't be able to complete Eastern. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I might not ever need to complete Eastern. There's a glove, though. So, never mind the mushroom, let's go up the mountain. Can't do much there at the moment, but rescue the old man for whatever he has. We can check Spec Rock and potentially get the item inside. We can see what's on top of it. And with the hook shot, I can go across to the east. Forgot about that. So there's actually a fair bit I can do up here. If you stay along the west wall, the bats will miss you. Okay, just a tip. Yeah, the item dashing glitch, which is in the original Japanese version, was passed out of others. There's a sword which I would love to get, but I can't without a mirror. Yeah, item dashing is if you use... excuse me. If you use a wide item and dash on the same frame, you can get some interesting effects. The significant one with the hook shot is you go into kind of a glitch state where if you touch the bottom or top of a set of stairs, you just start running everywhere. Until you try to run again, or leave the screen, or jump off, or take damage. Anyway, we have 7 items in here, which makes it a very desirable place to go. There's the book, so I can get the bow now. But what I really want at this point, besides a sword, is Moon Pearl. And either a hammer or another glove. Get into Dark World. So that feels right. Back into the corner, drop a bomb, get blown across, save a few seconds going outside and up the other entrance. Yeah, and I'm going to need a medallion for a Turtle Rock. It could be this one, could be a different one. Will not be that heart piece. Yeah, it's got Spiral Cave, and I feel like the next move is Desert. Because you have everything we need to beat that. Or will upon getting the bow. The book to get in, we have the boots to knock whatever's off the torch, the gloves to get in the back, the lamp to light the torches, and the bow is enough to kill Moldorm. Or not Moldorm, Lamos. They're both worms. Sometimes there's a bomb in there, not this time. With the book. Yeah, that's a pretty standard praying animation. Looks like it's just a modification of the standard Link sprites. Some of the sprite replacements do very interesting things. Others are arguably not that interesting, but they are in character, like Phoenix Wright slamming his hands on a desk. The bench, I guess. Yeah, that does that. It's a little silly. Okay, that's a compass anyway, so don't need it. Yeah, this was the sand and clocks country, which makes sense to have in the desert. There's a big key. I don't take those bombs. Running a bit low. This, I think, has to be the small key. Yeah, because otherwise you get locked out of the right side. And I don't think even Beatable lets keys be set up so that you're completely locked out of the multiple checks. These I know the hookshot can pick up. Constant tick-tock in the background of this music. I always thought that was neat. Oh man, most though. Yeah, I think I still have an item to get. And it's always possible Ganon's tower will be required. No. This will be the map on here, but yes. It is possible that Ganon's tower will be required, so I might as well get the crystal while I'm here. Was in the top right. I meant to turn before hookshotting. Oh yeah, bow and mouse. This is not ideal, but it's doable. If I don't waste too many shots, that is. Guess it'll be good aiming practice. That got hit by diagonal. Timing was off. Too early. One down. And I'm out half my arrows. Down to one though, so I should be able to finish it off. That's too early. Nine arrows left. There we go. And yeah, it's map. Because compass was on torch and I didn't have either one. But yeah, standard battle music, standard victory music. I think that was the chapter advancing music there. Okay, so now I can go to Eastern. Yeah, watch Moon Pearl be in... Well, no, it wouldn't be just Moon Pearl I need, but watch there be progression in the first chest. And there's still the mushroom to check. I kind of want a mirror so I can get that sword. It's not, I got the item dash. It's just faster to go from the southeast of the area when you have the gloves. But we're here now. Alright, I think this was a sneaking around Imperial bases music. I don't know, it seems a little over-dramatic for the first dungeon of the game. We're getting some heroes back anyway. Not that there's any shortage of them in this dungeon. Doing some nice things with the strings. There's the mirror. So that's sword and Hera access. Hints are on, so... Alright, vanilla big key. Lamp is nice to have here, but not necessary. This is probably the easiest dark rooms in the game. Didn't do the damage boost quite right, but that's okay. Yeah, those particular anti-fairies are a bit weird. And that even after you free them from their orbiting around the pot there, you still can't use magic powder on them. And that's just the map. And I forgot to do the hook speed. I'm pretty sure there's still an item on the boss. Yeah, we have map and compass, so yes. I did not quite go low enough there. Nice. Yeah, that's not too difficult to pull off, but you have to know what you're doing. Alright, there are quick kill setups for Armor's Knights. I've never run them, so... Good enough. And a sword. Okay, this is looking like an Agaseed. So we have the gloves, but we don't have a hammer, we don't have a second glove, we don't have the Moon Pearl. So that's several things needed for Dark World access. I'm going to go check Mushroom while I'm sort of in the area. It is nice to have a sword, though. So you can just do that and not have to worry about running into things. And you don't have to worry about ammunition, you don't have to worry about item swapping. Well, that glove means Zora is actually in logic now, but there was nothing there anyway. You have to leave the screen and come inside to get what turns out to be junk, but that's okay. I'll grab a potion while I'm here. Okay, Tahira. There might not be anything in here itself, but probably going to need that sword. Make sure to hug the wall while doing this, or you might jump off accidentally. And sorry it turns into, oh, it's a Korok. And this is the Veil Battle music. And it feels a little too dramatic for the bunny, but... Okay, so our pendants are Swamp, Pod, and Turtle Rock, so the bow will be required. We're going to need flippers. We're going to need hammer. We're going to need fire and ice rods. We're going to need Cane of Samaria. We're going to need mitts. And we're almost certainly going to need Master Sword just to get to the Dark World, because it is looking like an Agaseed. Don't mind some health, especially now that we have the mirror. Let's see, this I think was the Imperial Town. Eternia, that's it. Very snowy. I don't think I could hire a detective, actually. I don't believe Hyrule has any. Right, can Herobot? Not quite getting it. There we go. Took more tries than I would have liked, but it's very quick. Should try again. Alright, with the hookshot and boots, the big chest is easy to get to and back from. The single arrow is in Ganon's tower. There's the key, so I think that means something has to be in the basement. A vanilla moon pearl. So I just need actual access to the Dark World. Oh, we got the moon pearl, there's a 20s in the basement, so I think that's all the items. Yep. So map and compass will be on boss and basement, so I'll just beat it to have it beaten, but there won't be an item up here. And this is an Agassiz. One more of those will do it. Easy. Just don't get knocked off. Yeah, so unless I've mistaken, I've exhausted everything that's in logic except Aghanim. This could end up being in Oops All Dungeons. Yeah, Armos was required for the sword. You needed to go into Desert to get the bow, and into here to get the Moon Pearl. Don't know if it's necessary to beat the bosses of them yet, though. It's entirely possible that something required to beat the game will be in Ganon's tower. In which case, we'll need all the crystals. Alright, time to find out what the tower music is. MSUs do let that be different from the castle music. But apparently they didn't do that. Didn't let them close in far enough. If you let them get close enough there, the thing behind them will keep them from being knocked back, and your spin attack will hit them twice. Use the beams to clear out the room. Takes a little longer than just going through, but I think it's worth it. Yeah. Had a little chaos there. And there. No, it's not like this is a difficult boss. Ether is in the Dark Village. Might need that. Yeah, I guess the first hit hit the other guard. Sometimes he's better behaved and goes down the right side of the room and out of the way. Hookshot bonked off his sight beams. Yeah, the way the guards detect you is they shoot out invisible projectiles in like a fan. And if one of those hits you, the guard knows you're there and starts chasing you. But these invisible projectiles are just solid enough that things like arrows and the hookshot and the boomerang can hit them and stop. Alright, this is the pre-airy music. Or airy one, maybe. Alright, 2 blue balls. Two blue balls, 3 hits. 3 blue balls. Yeah, not the most exciting battle. And there we go. And this is our Dark World access. Okay, I can see this is Dark World music. This is the encounter with an Asker Scolder before you actually fight them. I hope it uses the actual battle music for that at some point. It's one of my favorites from the game. Okay, I can go to pod, but I can't clear it without the hammer. Hammer could be there. Let's check Catfish first, just to not orphan it, and then head across the river with a hookshot. Managed to bonk over the fireball. There's our mid-air bonk sprite. And a bug catching net. Okay. It's not exciting, but it's something. Of course, for all I know, the hammer could be in pod. We've already had a vanilla moon pearl. Do both of these checks, thanks to having the boots. And the mirror. Just a piece of heart. trying to do something there I've seen some people do, but didn't work. Alright, let's continue on towards Village of Outcasts. I probably keep circling around to Hype Cave. Yeah, this was a fake rock. That's why everyone goes up the left side. Just money. And Lumberjack Wedge with a shield, which I won't bother with. I guess we'll check Skullwoods over here. Yeah, this was the final dungeon, wasn't it? The creepy otherworldly space. And speaking of creepy, I forget when this music was used, but it's definitely creepy. There's flippers. Those will be required. Alright, so I still need Hammer for a Swamp and Pod. Pretty sure that can't be in Ganon's Tower, because I don't think you can get to Ganon's Tower without... Oh no, you can, because of the lower portal. Oh yeah, Hammer could be in Ganon's Tower, which is unlikely, but possible. Rods could definitely be in Ganon's Tower. Oh no, Fire Rod could not. Hammer can't be either, because ice requires the hammer, and that's a crystal. Fire Rod can't be, because this dungeon requires Fire Rod, and it's crystal. Ice Rod could be, though. Cane cannot be because of Mire. Medallion could be, depending on what the medallions are. But yeah, at this point I think those are the only two things that could be in Ganon's Tower that I'd actually need. Alright, I hate this bomb jump, but let's see if I can pull it off. Nope, not like that. There it goes. Just a compass. So, unless I miscounted the other items in the back, I think the only thing I got out of here was flippers. Actually, no, I went the other entrance, don't I? Eh, whatever, I could just dash through the bushes. Alright, Village of Outcasts. We know Aether is here because there is a sign that said so. Or a hint tile. But is it in C-shaped house, chess game, or brewery? It's C-shaped house. More money? That's vanilla, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's one of those 300s normally. Have to talk to him first. And armor. Okay. I guess that's appropriate for a mini game. Alright, we'll check the front four at least. Okay, we have our coins, so there cannot be a medallion in Ganon's Tower. Might still be the ice rod, that could be anywhere. Yeah, I'm liking this palette, it really works. It's reminded me of something, but I'm not sure what. Half magic? That's nice to have. I don't really have any magic items, though. Yeah, at this point it's just the lamp. Oh, and the medallions. Alright, we'll think about finishing this later. It's hopefully not required. Did I go into Hammerless Swamp? No, definitely not. Because it won't be Hammerless. Okay, Swamp Palace is now beatable. And so is Pod. But we still need a Fire Rod, an Ice Rod, and the Cane of Samaria. So full heart. We're up to 11. And blue mail. That should be plenty of health. Not that I won't take more, but... with lovely sewage water. Go check this while we're here. Let's see if the book is good for anything besides desert. Not really, no. Alright, so we are going to swamp with everything you need to clear it. I will be checking left side just to get it over with. The cane of burner. Okay. It's not the cane I need, but for all I know, the other one could be there too. Yeah, I had a seed the other day where you needed to come to Swamp Palace without the hookshot to get the bow on left side swamp to... I think the hookshot was on Helmasaur King? Yeah. So force double dip a swamp with left side. I know what one of the items over there is. I don't know what the other one is. So, there's a good chance I don't need to do outside. But I'd rather just get it done and not have to worry about it. See if I can get the bomb set up for Diver Down to work. I know how to do it, but actually executing can be a problem. Right, let the bomb go off, go through the door. So I need to jump in, do that. Okay, that's how you do that jumping out part. Just need to remember where to put the bomb. I think I wanted 1 pixel under my shadow, right around here. And I didn't jump out of the water properly. No. Missed something up there. And you, stop getting in my way. That's just a little off. There we go. Took a few tries. And honestly, may have wasted more time than just doing it the proper way. But that's fine. So 2 hearts out of that. But sometimes grabbing hearts with a boomerang or hookshot does that. Yeah, this really does fit Swamp Palace. This is the darkened crystal music from Bravely Default. So there's the thing we knew about. And in the other chest is the big key. So that's still an unknown. Better to get it here than in the depths of the dungeon. It at least means I won't need to come back in for the big chests. Because Swamp is one of those dungeons where the big key only unlocks the big chest and literally nothing else. Which normally would keep you from going down through the bottom of the dungeon because the big chest would have the hookshot. But this is Randomizer. Hookshot can be and usually is somewhere else. Got our double heart again. Fire rod. Okay, that is required. Just need the ice rod and the cane of Samaria. Don't know why I bother. I guess it's just habit. Alright, so one pixel below me. Right about lined up with the stairs. Did not jump out properly. Yeah, it's tricky. You need to hold down and right before you hit the water, and then hold right as soon as you hit the water. And if you're not quite right, you don't jump out in that weird corner. Oh, red mail. I like the color. It goes well with her hair. It's a nice wine red. That. This was, I think, one of the special battles. Not the asterisk bosses, but like the street pass ones. That's to actually move out of the way. Okay, that was a little ugly, but easy enough. Alright, and that's one of 3 pendants. I'm trying to think about what was the other red crystal? There could be something in Pyramid Fairy. Thieves. So I could go back and clear that with the hammer from Dig Game. Almost messed that up. Yeah, the reason you drop the bomb first, it's very nice, but you drop the bomb first and toss it over so that it will explode while you're grabbing the item, so you save a little bit of time waiting for it to blow up. So you're waiting for the bomb to explode while you're waiting for the item get to finish. I have everything I need to clear pods, so let's go do that. I think this was green pendant too, so I can go and turn that in on the way back. No, Turtle Rock was green, wasn't it? Yeah. We're through to here with no trouble. Monkey hops up at the roof, sits on the switch, door opens. It's the creepy music again. Okay, so we're not bow locked. Let's get this in the basement while we're at it. Which should take us over to the bow lock side, which you can get through with the bow and do all that stuff there. Okay, key for a key. There's our cane. Just need Ice Rod now. Yeah, this is officially an Ice Rod hunt now. Don't need bombs, I can just break that down. Do need bombs here, though. Except I already blew it up. So never mind. Right, can I get sword beams between the chest and the wall? Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure, they're kind of wide. At least they feel kind of wide. Here's the magic cape. Don't need it. But it doesn't hurt to have. Very red carpet here, which makes the rupees look red also because they share its palette. But they're still just fibers. Yeah, we have all the keys. And there can't be keys in this room anyway, because of key logic. Except the big key, obviously. It's this way. You'd think I'd know my way through here by now. Yep, so there will be an item on the boss. I will get shot in the face with the fireball. Drop the block there because it's faster than the statues. And shoot the statue in the eye. And having star beams there is nice just so you can do that. Not sure how that didn't knock that turtle back upright, but okay, I'll take it. And to the boss. Nice golden mask. Ah, here we go, the asterisk holder battle music. Yeah, with red mayo, I can just kind of ignore its attacks pretty much. Okay, we have 2 Pendants. Good news is we're 1 item from Go Mode. The bad news is that item is the Ice Rod. Yeah. Alright, this will put me on the pyramid because I have beaten Ganon and I have the mirror. Item swapping the wrong way. Okay. So I want to, I think, do Thieves Town. But also Back of Escape. So I haven't done that yet. I could have done this while I was coming by here in the Dark World, just didn't think about it. Money, burrito, and the key. Yeah, the last one had to be the key. And we've also got Smith's Chain. Yeah, the correct answer is go wherever the Ice Rod is. Problem is, if you don't know where it is, you can't just go there. And again, it's entirely possible it's in Ganon's Tower. Yeah, let's finish Thieves Town, then do Smith's Chain if that doesn't do it. Might as well finish out Skull. There is still an item in there. Alright, don't need to go down because I've already collected the chests. I don't know, something about this palette reminds me of Final Fantasy VI. Do this room the easy way. Yeah, this music really does fit. And that was not the correct timing to dash through there. Not exactly sure what is, but it's not that. Alright, nice full heal. I do have the key, so I can go here first. But it's just the map. So you can hookshot onto those doors. Okay, there's the ice rod. That should be everything I need then. Just go straight to Turtle Rock and finish. On the other hand, that means I'm missing out on some of the music for other places, but I can use the pack again at a different time, with a different mode. Reflect off you want on the third shield. Yeah, the near his shield. Getting a bit off strip, but no matter. With 12 hearts and red mail, blind is not a threat. But yeah, I have all the medallions, I have Fire and Ice Rod, I have Cane. Only other thing I could want is a better sword. So, I'll check the caves on the way there, but... no need to go out of my way to check anything. The rock on the far side of the screen transition despawns because that's the way it works. That was a little silly. Okay, to Turtle Rock. Yeah, I will check the Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave first, just in case for the sword. And Skullwoods and Dark Death Mountain have the same music, so we're getting the creepy extra-dimensional final dungeon music again. Just a little money there. Money. Bombs. And money. So, no sword. It's worth checking. It's not like I'm racing, so I don't need to worry about losing minutes to a competitor, because there isn't one. Oh, 14 hearts. Red mail. Really nothing to worry about at this point. Even if I run out of magic, I have bottles. Pretty sure I have a green and a blue. What's this say, anyway? Some arrows is in Ganon's tower. I was hoping for a little more variety in the music. Did not get the item dash. I think I've heard this is a little faster than just going out of that room normally. Alright, we're up to 2 keys. That's good. Might not need to check Laser Bridge at all. There's the big key. So I can definitely steal a key from the Pokey. Come on. With red mail, you can even tank those reasonably well. Should still try not to run into everything, though. One of these had magic, didn't it? Yep. And the bottom right was a bunny beam. There's a sword. Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable fighting Trinex with Tempered Sword than Master. And I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Will this get me where I want? I think so. Yes. can use the hookshot's momentary invulnerability to avoid the fire bars sometimes. Okay, I couldn't remember whether bow dash was shoot first, then run, or run first, then shoot. There's the burrito. Some cash. And the key. Okay. I just need to beat Trinex. Which is not exactly a routine, but it's familiar. Oh, wrong rod. No wonder it didn't work. It's been a long week. Alright. That wasn't clean, but it got the job done. Two spin attacks in, and one more slash. If I'd been a little quicker about it, I could have done it while the head was still vulnerable, but that didn't happen. Regardless. Get some blueberries and the green pendant. Nice little jig. Remember to mirror before save and quitting, so we don't start on the pyramid. Guess we're going to the Lost Woods, not to Ganon. Kind of curious what the Ganon music is. I'm guessing it'll be the world-devouring serpent, but you can't actually do that in Pedestal anyway. Well, you could go in and see him if you collect all the crystals and clear Ganon's tower, but that would be a lot of extra time and effort. Okay, so this is going to be a fairly quick one. We're not quite... a little over an hour and a half. So you read this, it says, you win. Because it is Pedestal and we know the Triforce is on the pedestal. That's always a bit awkward. You get to drink from the fire hose, while the sailing ship music plays. It's nice and peaceful at all, but I prefer the airship music. Okay. This is a choice for the credits. I was expecting the Bravely Default credits music, but nice, peaceful. This works too. Return of the King. Yeah, this was used in a few peaceful, little out-of-the-way places. I think where the sage lived was one. Sakahuiste. Is that an actual word? I feel like it probably is. Don't know what it means. Vultures rule the desert. Not sure I ever noticed the fangs on the entrance there. the bully makes a friend. Yeah, that went pretty well. Following where the logic seemed to be leading early on helped out with... You get the... Don't go into Eastern without the bow when you know the bow is on the desert ledge. That's rewarded by finding the book, which lets you go into desert, get the bow, clear out Eastern, get a sword. I've got a mirror in there to get the other sword on Spectacle Rock. And between the two swords and the lamp, we could go beat Ganon, get it to Dark World. Void Pod without the hammer, rewarded by finding the hammer in Dig Game. So I could then clear out Pod, find the flippers in Skull Woods, which I could easily have skipped. Which let us clear out Swamp Palace, found the fire rod in there, which left just... Yeah. Where was Canis Samaria? Canis Samaria was in Pod. I found the medallions out along the way, so the only thing left at that point that was needed was the Ice Rod, and Thieves Town felt like the best bet because it was full clearable and had the red crystal, and luckily Thieves Town had the Ice Rod, so that was everything. I could easily have seen a run for this happening where I tried elsewhere first and spent another hour looking for the Ice Rod. Luckily that did not happen, but it could have. A poverty-struck kid did not have much cash. Was it 5? At least it wasn't a single rupee. Carry the old man on Death Mountain. Yeah, I'm going to have to use this MSU another time with a more thorough kind of thing to find out what they use in some other places, like Ganon's Tower and the Climb. Very interested in what they did there. Ganon Battle, I assume that's going to be the fighting Ouroboros music. And then Triforce sleeps again forever. Until next time. Same as the Master Sword, really. Master Sword does not get to sleep forever, ever. Even in Breath of the Wild, it needs to take naps. Okay, this is also not the music I was expecting here, but... it works. Is this just the instrumental version, or is there also the book or lyric-sized version? I feel like if this was the lyric-sized version, we would be hearing the lyrics already. Regardless, we have some nice harmonies. Yeah, did they just not use the actual end theme? It's possible. Okay. Here we got part of the Ouroboros battle. Kind of weird to have it here. But the more peaceful music wasn't long enough, I guess. Your Sprite by Jaden Raymond. Raymond? I never know how I'm supposed to pronounce EI. Because it's different depending on what language it's from, or what language it's originally sourced from. And in English, it's a total crapshoot. I before E, except after C, or when it sounds like A, or some other times for no real reason, there's no pattern. Or if there is, it's not obvious enough to be useful. So sometimes EI is E, sometimes it's A, sometimes it's... Heck, it's probably something else sometimes just to be confusing. Okay, are we going to have an epic conclusion of the music as this ends? Yes, we are. That guitar solo. Alright, so this has been Aerofilm playing Link to the Past Randomizer, Beatable, Pedestal Go. I will check the spoiler log afterwards and see if there was anything that was unobtainable. Put that in the notes or video description. Mention that yes, this is the Bravely default music. I hadn't decided on what I was using when I did it, but yeah. Well, confirm that this is indeed Saria. I'm like 99% sure, but I'll check. And yeah, next week I think we'll go back to the Magical Bringer Corona 2 post-game. The post-game to that post-game, really. Because when we last played that, I think it was back in December, maybe even November. It's been a few months. Anyway, last time playing that, we actually beat Noel, who is the final boss, but there's a final boss after Noel. And you can use Noel in your party. Anyway, we'll do that next week. If you're interested in catching up with that, that's all in the archives, along with the main game and a summary of the game that it's a sequel to. There's other Zelda, there's some glitch explanations, there's a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, feel free to check out the archives. Feel free to come back next week if you're interested in the Corona post-game. It's a JRPG dungeon crawl, first-person tile-based exploration, random encounters, tricks and traps. And 4-9 will be a mess, but we're probably not going to 4-9 right away. I think, yeah, once you beat Noel, if you go back up to the top of the dungeon, back down, there's a new thing to find on 4-8. So I think we'll do that first, and also demonstrate some of the new skills the other characters got by power leveling them a bit, as well as getting the rare drops from the sub-bosses on 4-8. I may have cheated that a little by adjusting the drop rate in the save file and then setting things back to normal afterwards, but realistically, it's the only way you're going to get those reliably. Anyway, that's next week. For now, enjoy your weekend.